Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Poseidon's daughter. Welcome in. I have got some new messages to share with everybody. I'm going to be doing another general collective reading. If you're new here, welcome. And if you have stopped by before, I hope you're doing well. And it's nice to see you again. The tarot that I pulled before, I did the reading when I was getting situated, was the Ace of Swords and the Page of Coins. So this is something to do with the truth of this grounded new start to something. And then with my my chatty oracle cards, I call them the Ocean Spirit Oracle. I have cards that typically like to fly out of this deck a lot as of recently. And they help a lot with the messages that color or give the flavor of this reading. And truth and flow. So truth is really big in this. So flowing with the truth, there might be a certain way that truth is going to flow or something like that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and just get into this. We might as well, right? So the song that I was channeling, I typically channel songs or movies or different things that could pertain to pop culture. It doesn't have to, but sometimes it is the way that it comes out for me. So the name of the song is called The Fall by the Electric Light Orchestra, and it's from the movie Xanadu. And me personally, I have a lot of childhood memories of this movie and this song. When I was a kid, I had two girlfriends of mine, Molly and Suzanne, and we used to reenact Xanadu with the soundtrack in the background, dancing and singing to this. I think I was about 9 when I first moved to Texas, and with my family, and we just all loved. We either did Grease or we did Xanadu, and so it's kind of like near and dear to me. So when I was channeling this song, it was a song that wasn't like the main song that you think of, The Fall. So it's that one where if you've seen the movie, it's all about roller skating. So roller skating might be relevant. This might be about some forward movement on something, where he is upset because Kira, the girl that he's interested in, has gone back home, and he feels like he's in disbelief about the whole thing, and he's come to terms with how he feels about her. So he's trying to figure out a way to like get to her, because she's kind of like a mythical creature. She's a muse. She's one of Zeus's 9 daughters, who's a muse. And so it's like there's this weird, interesting way that he has to travel to get there. There might be an interesting way that you have to travel to get somewhere. Either you or someone else that you know, or situation involving something of that, something unorthodox, something weird, something unique, basically. The lyrics that I was getting that stood out to me was, I see the early glow. I hear you say hello. I watch the shadow fall. I don't see you at all. It's a lie. And then the next lyric that stood out to me was, and now that you're gone, I will go on really believing. I take the fall. So something about falling, fall, the fallen, something like that. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's see what's going on with this. I'm going to start with my new deck that I've been utilizing, the Earth and Bone Oracle deck. Most of my readings are done predominantly with the Oracle cards and some index cards that I've created and come up with some other energies. And you're going to see how it's going to go. If this is your first time here, I do appreciate you so much. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, we're going to get 4 cards and then we'll clarify, get some clarifiers. I like to use 4 because it's a solid number. It also represents the 4 elements. I feel like it's a very complete, solid, energetic number. Nothing wants to pop out. Right there. Number 12, the writer. I knew owls were going to be relevant. I brought my totem owl out for this reading. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It just depends. Normally I have my owls next to my bedside. Sometimes where I do like my meditation and stuff like that. So number 36, something about some wisdom, something about learning. Like I said, there's some movement with the roller skates, fast movement with the rider. We'll get into this with the clarifying. We'll break it down a little bit more. Third card is time. Something about planning. It's very 2 of Wands-ish. I said there might be some travel involved, something unique going on. There's a cage. 27. This is about freedom and release and reclaiming your power. So that's good. But we're going to clarify it and get those energies. Before we clarify, I just want to pull the elements. We're going to pull 1 element card. And in combination with that, 1 of the 7 chakras. And that'll be what the collective is utilizing as a tool to work with. A combo tool, I like to say. Air, logical, I like that. Sorting it all out. Very relevant because you have this planning in this time, which has got the 2 in there. So it just reminds me of, I was thinking 2 of Wands. Why did I say 2 of Wands? Because of this card. So, and that's planning, but I mean, when you think of the 2 of Wands, that's fire, but this card isn't anything to do with that. So, something about planning for sure. And then, in combination with the air energy, your thoughts, your thoughtfulness. Some of you are very thoughtful, very powerful too as well. Air and solar plexus chakra combo. Power planning. I like that. That's interesting. Okay, put that right over there where I can see it. And we're going to get the Chinese zodiac energy and see what Chinese zodiac will grace us with their wisdom for this reading as well, using them as a guide. That one. The dog. Very loyal. You could be born in the year of the dog. My daughter was born in the year of the dog. The dog is the 11th lineup in the sign, in the position of where the dog is. It's the 11th one. I said it's very loyal. There's a lot of companionship. Very reliable, selfless, and dedicated. We won't talk about the negative side until I feel like that needs to be brought up. I like to focus on the positive energies first. And then the numerology energies that I was getting 9 today. All day I was getting 9. I don't know if that's going to show up here, but we'll see. What numerology, energetically, please and thank you, Spirit, is guiding this collective for this reading at this time. 5. I like that. Because 5 is all about, challenges, change. I love in my card how I focused on curiosity because it is very curious. There's a lot of freedom in 5 because it's opening up a new door. You might be opening up a new door. It's like kind of like, it's like time to change something. I said there was something that's going to be very unique that you might have to do, having to be very adaptable. It could be social, and there's a lot of high energy involved. And we do have this solar plexus out here. So that makes sense that we've got the 5 energy out here with the with that as well. Okay, let me see if there's any repeats. Yeah, 5 is definitely an adventure, and something about planning for something that's unique might be like an adventure. We're going to get some more clarity on this. Okay. All right. So the next messages we're going to pull are the ones from my index cards, and we're just going to go down the line and clarify the 4 cards in order of the way that we pulled them out. So the first one we're going to clarify is the Rider. I like to shuffle on camera to show you that I did pre-shuffle all these cards, but I mean, I feel like it's more authentic when you do it in front of the camera, and then also energetically. I feel like it's more in the now, in the moment. It doesn't matter when you pull the cards, but I feel I like it. I don't know. It's a personal preference. Okay, so I pulled 2. The top one's going to be for number 1. Alien experience is in the reverse. So something that is very the opposite of foreign or alien or unique. It's going to be very, I don't want to say generic, but it's something that you've known about or something that has been on your mind. The next one is, this is in reverse, give response tone for tone. We might have to get more clarification on that because that's clarifying the owl, the wisdom. I mean, it's about maybe not necessarily in the response that you're maybe not to give a response. Maybe you're supposed to be quiet. Maybe you're supposed to listen. We'll clarify that. They're telling me to shuffle one more time. That's funny for the time. This card is sticking out to me. Getting a lot of reversals. Still chasing rabbits through the falls of time. And that's funny. This is clarifying time. So not chasing something anymore. Not chasing silly rabbits. Everything's in reverse, and that's okay. Doesn't mean it's negative. Buildings made of vibration that we can inhibit for the length of a song. And this has to do with being freed from a cage. So it's in reverse. So definitely not inhibiting, not letting something inhabit. I'm going to get more clarification on that. This message is so interesting to me. That's why I picked it. It really got under my skin. Something might feel like it's getting underneath your skin for better, or like it's getting it's interesting or unique. This is a very unique energy I'm picking up on. Okay. Then the next one we're going to clarify is with my chatty deck here, the Ocean Spherical Oracle. Well, again, we'll just go down the list, down the line, and clarify the 4 energies, and then I will go through them all really quickly. I could just easily pull all this and talk about it, but I like to energetically do this on camera. Just the way it just feels better to me. There we go. Renewal is clarifying rider. So number 11, that's a master number as well too. The owl is wonder, number 43. And time, integrity, something with integrity. And the cage is growth, because remember, the cage is representing freedom. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get the foil. And this is the energy that you're going to be up against. This is the challenge. The challengers, the 7 deadly sins, what you're going to be learning from. In this reading, we have gluttony. To overconsume or a lack of self-control. And with the dog, the negative energy is attention-seeking, possessive, judgmental, stubborn, and narrow-minded. So being too gluttonous in attention-seeking and maybe too gluttonous in some type of possessiveness, and being too stubborn in maybe your lack of self-control or over-consuming something, not seeing that that is a situation, or someone else has this going on that you are dealing with, or this is in your energy. Okay, so as we are with this air energy, and it's using our solar plexus, having to power through something logically. There's a lot of, I guess, having to use some logical strength. I think of Leo when I think of solar plexus. So the rider is 12, which breaks down to a 3. This is very creative. It's also very curious. 1 is very innovative, and 2 is could be about duality and balance. This is a movement, so this is this is like a truth. You're trying to understand something. Okay, hold on. We're going to use the Oracle of Mystical Moments. The main influence, just want to see if there's Lullaby. I love this card. This is very 4 of Swords energy. 38, it's 11, it's another master number 11. Bridging the spiritual and the physical. You're healing something for sure. You might need to rest. This is a time for rest. Maybe that's why you're planning in this time. You need to rest up because there's going to be a lot of power moves. There's going to be a lot of energetic power moves. So you're going to need your strength. You're going to need to rest up for this. I think this isn't something that you need to do. This is something you have been doing. Potentially meditating, getting a good night's rest. If you haven't been, you need to make sure that you're continually taking care of yourself. This is more about self-care. And I think this is more about what you have been focusing on in your life, which is great, because now game is on type situation. There's some movement happening in your life that is you knew was coming. This was coming. This was not like a surprise or some kind of you weren't blindsided by this at all. So Rider is, I said, breaks down to 3, so it's creative. It could be very curious. It's also potentially about like there could be other people involved, because three, I always think of the Three of Cups. I think of other people, like chatter. I don't know why I hear the word chatter, something about talking. So there's like movement that is going to renew you. Obviously we had this Four of Swords energy out here, 11. So bridging this, interesting, with air energy, solar plex, starting something new, pulling the trigger on something, deciding to finally do something that you know you've been putting on the back burner for a long time. And you're gonna have to be wise in this. 36 breaks down to a 9, so this is about sacrifice through ascension. It's very sage, it's very Sagittarius type energy. There's a 3 in here, it's very curious. 6, it's all about harmony, love. Enlightenment. So it's like the wonder of stepping into the magic. And when you think of owls, you think of the wisdom of, and with this 9 energy, the sage, you think of having the experience, having the knowledge to know how to gauge this. So you might have to, that's why there's this 5 energy out here. There might have to be a lot of flexibility, a lot of adaptability involved in this, and stepping into the magic. It's so funny, the song Have to Believe Where Magic is in there, but that's not the song that I focused on, was The Fall. So it might be like falling into something, like letting yourself fall into the wonder of this. 43 breaks down to a 7. It's very spiritual. It's higher level learning. 4 is very solid and dependable. 3, again, very creative, and a creative, you're going to have to like do this. Like you're going to just, with your wisdom, know that this is going to be, this approach to something that you're going to have to start is going to be very creative, and there's going to be like a falling into something that I said, it's going to be very unusual. It might feel magical. And the timing of this, so this planning that you're doing, it is like taking a risk, because you've known about this movement for a long time. Like, you know, you're going to have to move on it, and you're giving up the chase because it's time. You're giving up the chase, the folly. You're giving up the distractions. For some of you, you are giving up chasing something. For others of you, you're deciding to chase something. It just depends on where you are in this. You're going to live your truth. 48, 12. There's an 8 in here. This is very karmic. This is infinite energy. We do have the solar plexus out here. There's a balancing of something. There is definitely a karmic balance coming through to this. So I feel like there's like, finally, it's like the time has come to do this. To finally live in your truth. Maybe to finally do something that you either always wanted to do, maybe a job, or live somewhere you've always wanted to live, be who you want to be, finally step into the person that you've always wanted to, or whatever this is that you've been thinking about very wisely on how to do this, because it could be approaching a situation or a person or some type of scenario that's going to be life-changing for you. It's like a release, reclaiming power, reclaiming your own power. Finally, maybe some of you have to take back your power. Others of you are reclaiming your own power that someone else took from you. And then others of you are finding a new, altogether, like, discovering yourself for the first time, looking in the mirror and being like, oh, is that me? And reclaiming, discovering that, and releasing, and the freedom of learning who you truly are in this. And because you're not, the structure of the building is falling. You're not in the box anymore. So it's the vibe. There's no vibrations to keep you stifled, because it's gone. That structure is gone. And this decision, God, whatever it is that you've been, what is it that, let's see, it's like something that's starting up. It's almost like you felt like maybe your whole life was a lie, or somebody pitched you something that was a lie. And now you're going towards it, and it's like going to be a lot of growth, real growth. Maybe what you were in before was a little bit of growth, and somebody sold you on a lie that it was a lot of growth for you, when really that's not even your full potential. And you're headed into something that is going to be like very satisfying, very harmonious in this 42 energy, which breaks down to a 6. There's a lot of love here. 4 is very stable. I always think of the 4 of Wands, which is a very happy home, a celebration. 2, balance, could be a partnership also as well. Could be with yourself. You've healed yourself. Like I said, a lot of resting and healing and self-care has been going on to have this movement happen. It's very powerful. It's, like I said, these very powerful thoughts. And it's a very, it's almost like you're a very loyal person, like selfless dedication, and you feel like this whole time the lie, like it's a lie, that song, you know, because you feel like you finally discovered what it is that you really want to set your sights on, whatever that is, or self-discovered about yourself, ripped off your own mask and been like, oh my God, if the whole thing was a lie, I was a lie, and this is much better. I like this version of myself much better. I I don't know. Let's get some wisdom. It's very interesting. Interesting. I keep getting that song. How do we? The time has come. Do 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 do. Boom boom boom. Do 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 do. How do we sing when our it's all falling? I don't know that song. It's an old '80s song. I'm from the Gen X generation. I can't think of. They sound like they're in excess, but they're not in excess. When they first came out, I always thought they were, but they're not. That's what I think of when I look at that card. I don't know. Lapis lazuli. Okay, wisdom from the heart and the healed ego is manifested through the world. This is so funny. I see these birds all the time where I live, or birds that look very similar to this. Really similar. I know these kind of look like storks. I don't think they are. Let's find out what they are really quickly. That's funny. Okay. Lapis lazuli is number 73. White herons. White herons. And this is exact, these are the birds that I do see. That's hysterical. Accompanying me today are beautiful white herons. We are here to tell you that it's time to make peace with yourself. It is time to put wisdom into your words and begin to manifest. It's time to move on this, right? It's time to manifest your dreams, your countless gifts. The proud herons want to give you a sense of balance and stability and the ability to discern between your energy and that of others. And that's why we got the solar plexus chakra out here. It's not always easy to be present with yourself and consistent with what you manifest in deeds and words. And dear soul, you often find an excuse to explain everything that occurs. That would be me. Your potential is boundless. The teachings are already imprinted within you. And that's left is to reopen the pages of your memoir. Oh, wow. Some of you might be writing your memoir or starting like I said, this is like a self-discovery thing. It could involve other people and other decisions and other places and family, friends, and stuff like that. But this is really about you. Given your many qualities, you could be a good leader or a teacher. You could get your point across clearly, having a great charisma, or you could be a splendid creative manifesting through the art of cooking or singing. Do you realize how much you can be? You just have to follow your passions. Follow, ride to your destiny. Follow your passions that are driving you, because it's time to get out of the cage, free yourself. And you have the wisdom. You have this inner wisdom to do this. And you have the inner knowing, the integrity. Wow. Wisdom from the heart and healed ego is manifested through the word. Yeah. So, like I said, healed. You've gone through something. You've healed something. You're still going to be healing it, but you've come a long way in this. And it is renewal where you're infusing something together. It's like a wound that's being stitched up together and being healed. So, and we're overcoming this. We're overcoming the lack of self-control and the over-consuming and whatever that is. We're learning how to delegate ourselves in our own life, and we're taking back the reins. We're riding straight in this year of the fire horse, and we're having fun doing it, and finding a lot of freedom and self-expression, and finding ourselves. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you again. Bye.